What's up, everybody? Kind of like that, Tim. That was pretty cool. And my wife laughed. I want to say thank you for that. That was pretty cool. There's a few things I want to throw out there too. People to think about too. Is history. I noticed a few things here in San Antonio, like the Alamo, had Freemason markings on it. Then you start thinking, one thing leads to another. Then you find out some of the key players in the history of the Alamo were Freemasons. Basically the main ones that you know about in history books that you get taught in high school. Like Santa Anna was one, David Crockett was one, and the list goes on and on. But if you research everybody's name, and you basically can find out if they are a Freemason if you search well enough. You'll find out every key player in history was a Freemason. Same thing like Christopher Columbus. I mean, he was a Freemason. The list goes on and on. All these key players in history had a lot to do with Freemasonry. If that doesn't bother nobody, then something wrong with you, because something don't add up to me. It's almost like a movie being played out, if you ask me. All these little bugs flying around. But yeah, just like your first president was black. John A. Moore Henson was a black man. But the portraits in the White House show him as a white man. But if you look him up, ask Google who was the first black president and see what pops up. You'll see a black man and you'll find out who he is. It wasn't Barack Obama. And you'll find out that 6 other presidents' mothers were from different, some were from Haiti, some were from Africa. I mean, why are they hiding all this stuff? Makes you wonder. Just like the Indians that were here, why they all got slaughtered. I mean, they did nothing wrong but live off the land. That's all they did. But just learn. It's all about learning, man. You look at all the key, I mean, even Albert Einstein was one. Just all these generals. Adolf Hitler, Saddam Hussein. I mean, all these players. I mean, Abraham Lincoln. There's a lot of them. But it's their history that's being told to us, and it's not the right history. But hey, just research, you'll find out. Things don't add up. That's why you have a lot of things missing from Alexander the Great too. Just, there's a lot to get out there. But, you know, like English, you gotta look at it as the devil's language, also known as Babylonian. So welcome to Babylon. You can see a lot of things going on in this world that is being put right in front of your face. Commercials, all kinds of things. Even my kids see it. Taco Bell commercials, all these symbols. You know, until you realize that you know you gotta erase everything in your head because you've been lied to, you won't realize how big the deception is and how deep it is. There's another little thing that if you ever want to listen to a guy named Paul Harvey. And it was a segment that he did back in the day. It was old talk show radio my dad used to listen to back in the day. But he had a segment about what if he was the devil, what would he do? And listen to what he tells you. It's the same thing going on today. And it's amazing what he tells you. I mean, it's right on, and I mean, just right on it. He's right on it. We are in our last days. I mean, if you look up, you can actually look up certain things and you can find pieces of document that show that the devil has put his documents, or I don't know how, his teachings into let's see, how can I word this? The devil has basically thrown in things like different worshiping, devil worshiping, that you don't know it, you think it's normal, but in reality it's not. But he's infiltrated and thrown his teachings in in 6 different areas, starting back in the old days till now. I mean, the first age is where he infiltrated and started teaching sacrifices and all this other stuff, and then from there on we got taught how to do certain other, like spelling, casting spells, you know, just certain things. Just like when you go to school, when you wear a cap and you graduate, you know, you wear a graduation cap, you know, you wear it tilted, and you know, and it's a square. It's the cube matrix. It's the cube. It's everywhere. Pay attention. Israel, I mean, they all dance around a cube. I found out that all religion is also Freemasons. Mormons were founded by a Freemason, Joseph Smith. Also, the founder for Jehovah's Witnesses. Every church has a truth inside of each church, but not all of it. A lot of it is being taught by Freemasonry. They have these little councils that they, you know, these churches go to, and they give them material to teach things. Sorry, my daughter came out. I'm gonna go to the front. Follow me. Okay, I'm getting there. But anyways, no, let's go this way. That's better. Anyways, going back to what I was saying, churches. I mean, it doesn't say anywhere in the Bible you got to congregate in church. I mean, the temple is your body. And, you know, I've been awake and I've been seeing a lot of things and I've been studying and, you know, I don't know what Robin Hood knows. You know, I haven't really studied, you know, some of the stuff that he has with Oral Cambin, or I don't know his name, but you know, there's just a gut feeling that I have about certain things, you know, just weird feelings. Just never understood them until now, until I actually woke up. And once I woke up, I actually know what they were. And it's a big puzzle. When you piece it all together, you'll start understanding more and more. The flat Earth, the Mount Meru, the North Star. I mean, come on, you can't be in Australia at the bottom of Earth and use the North Star in navigation if it's on top. There's no way. And you're spinning on a round ball, going through the galaxy around the sun. It took 48 hours to go around the sun, 24 hours to spin on the ball. So you would see a different set of stars within those 48 hours of spinning on a ball. And you see the same stars every night. Orion's Belt, the North Star, the Big Dipper, Little Dipper, Milky Way. I mean, it's the moon. I mean, come on, if you can see the craters with your own eyes. If you think the moon is that far, like they say it is, you're more asleep than we thought. Because even NASA's fake. Even the Bible tells you live inside a firmament. We look at some of the old Bibles even have some of the flat Earth, you know, maps, and that's the funny thing. But yet you don't see it today. Robin is right. There is something that has changed since 2011. I actually noticed since 9/11. I think that's when they really, since the early 90s, I noticed that a lot of, to me, I think they were casting spells on people, into the whole world, just like 9/11. Things changed. A lot of chaos. They're living off our energy. We got to stop feeding them. We got to get right. Because we're in our last days. Because in some of the devil's teachings, the one thing that he did say, the last teachings that he's going to throw into this world was technology, games, and video games, computers. And we're here. I mean, you got a smartphone, you got a computer in your hand. They can do more. And if you think they landed on the moon, you're crazy. Because there's no way. I mean, come on. If they can't get a teleprompter to work right halfway across the world on GPS, what makes you think that they can go to the damn moon? I mean, it's crazy. God said you live inside a firmament. Basically like a snow globe. Shake it up and watch the snow. But, you know, we all have our different ways of learning and our different ways of teaching. Robin has his way of, with the Bible and stuff like that, and I like the Bible, and I'm going to use the Bible. It's a beautiful thing. Sorry, I'm being distracted with cars going by. But, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's, Robin's pretty good at it. I'm not really been a person that goes to church. I just had a deep feeling something was wrong with it. And like God just wasn't in the church. So my heart is my church. And God's always going to lead me the right way. I've always left. That's one thing my early 20s, I used to worry about my bills all the time. Constantly worry sick. And now, I make enough money where I don't even have to worry about them, but I don't worry about them. I don't stress on them no more. I leave it all in God's hand. That's the best feeling of leaving your whole life, just giving your whole life and living it and just in the moment with God and giving it in the palm of His hands and let Him guide you. And He will. You just got to shut up and listen. Drown out all the TV, the radios, the kids sometimes. And just be by yourself sometimes. And just talk to God. Through your heart and through your soul. He's there. He'll start letting you know and leading you the right way and what is real and what's not, and what to discern, what to believe. It's a little confusing at first, but hey, you'll get the hang of it. My 10-year-old does. He shows me signs that I don't see sometimes, which is pretty cool. But yeah, Robin is right. There's a lot of changing in the weather. I mean, hell, in the past year, it's been nothing but cloudy. It's like a blank screen for them to bring in the Antichrist and their fake alien invasion and their twinkling stars up there. All up there. I mean, and here's another thing too, I noticed too, just like Robin brought up about the sun going down in the wrong position. And he's right, it has, because it used to go down, my street is east to west, and the sun used to line up perfectly, and now it's off to the left. Anyways, there's a lot to learn. A lot to learn. I think this is all I'm going to do for right now. But I just want to give a shout out to Tim. Thank you for that. That was pretty cool. I gave you my number. Call me anytime, brother. Anytime. Robin, you too. Call me anytime. Peace out, people. Peace out.